So, what in your mind are the most important gaps that you see in the world of traditional banking, especially gaps which I may say uh, potentially digital banks aim to solve?
So, as you rightly mentioned, Samir, having spent my prior life in traditional banking and mainly in corporate banking, it's actually the best way to address this question is to look at what problem statements digital banks and fintechs are trying to solve for today, right? Because this rise of digital banks and fintechs it comes from those gaps that we find in traditional banking. And the way we could look at the gaps are both from both perspectives, from the bank's perspective and from the customer's perspective. So from the, just to name a few of the gaps that are from the bank's perspective, or those that are inward looking, if I can say, we obviously have lack of agility. As much as we try to transform our existing setups, the organization itself and the way it's set up, it makes it a bit difficult for the bank to be agile, to be to reach the level of the flexibility that is needed to live with this constant change in the way financial services are heading. Another key gap is in cost effectiveness. So you have high operational cost and running cost, which digital banks have come to try to solve for. In addition, obviously, to operational inefficiencies and procedures and legacy systems that the bank needs to try to change before they are able to meet this competitive environment they're in. Looking at the customer's perspective, of course, it's a different story. So the level of convenience that is currently lacking in traditional banks, maybe even security with all the changes and all the digital enablement that actually opens up different kind of risks. Fees in general, right? So traditional banks are in the customer's mind are more expensive. They lack transparency. So it's not similar. It's not the same as when you deal with digital banks that have it all right in front of you. It's a seamless experience, very transparent experience, low fees, even no fees in some cases, and obviously the whole personalization. So as much as traditional banks have been trying to have a more personalized experience, a more customer-centric approach, they are still lagging in comparison with what fintechs and digital banks are doing.